All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. It's August 19th, 2025, 10 a.m. Central Time. This is the show that helps to get me, the indoor farmer, out of the house and go and see what's going on in the world. We call this the Indoor Farmer Reviews. It's episode 142 today. We got a bit of a mixed bag. It's going to be a good one. Come on and check it out. We're going to play this intro for about 3.5 minutes to get those notifications out and, wake up the algorithm a little bit. And if you could help us out with that, I appreciate it. We'll be right back. Let's review. Let's have some fun.
Tune in, turn up to the sound of green. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, a podcast supreme, episode by episode, wisdom he unfurls. At Indoor Farmer, changing our world. From comedy nights to what is bolting, each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear, learn to grow, laugh and cheer. With every upload, a new chapter to read. From the seeds of doubt to the bounty of need, he shares his journey, his trials, his love for the soil beneath and the sky above. From comedy night to what is bolting, each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear, learn to grow, laugh and cheer. In every episode, he plants a seed of knowledge, laughter and indeed a community grows, listeners unite under the banner of indoor lights. He talks of perception, of what we think we see. Let's talk perception, an episode to be. From people in boxes to what's growing on, his voice, his passion, forever strong. From comedy night to what is bolting, each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear, learn to grow, laugh and cheer. So here's to At the Indoor Farmer, our guide, our friend. With every episode we learn how to bend to the will of nature. Within four walls, the Indoor Farmer Reviews, where wisdom calls. Hey there folks, gather around, got a tale to tell, it's quite profound, about a show where wonders bloom, right here in your own living room. Under the lights, in a cozy space, the Indoor Farmer sets the pace, with stories of the small and grand, discoveries in every land. Oh, the Indoor Farmer Reviews, shining light on what's new. From the craftsman to the dreamer, come and see what we feature. There's a shop down the street where the coffee.
All right, we're back. We're back. I'm, hitting buttons and sharing and tagging and all that good stuff. So if you haven't yet joined the private group chat channel for Maccabees Live Market, check it out. On Facebook Messenger, I think you have to be part of the group on Facebook. I'm not sure how it works exactly. But if you're not part of the group, go join the group on Facebook if you like. Otherwise, go join us on Locals at theindoorfarmer.locals.com. We are not live on Locals today. We're going to be live on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X, and Kick. If you want to be in on the door prize, you have to come over to Rumble. come on over to Rumble. Let's see. I think I had a banner for this. Actually, this is what we'll put up for the people who aren't listening to me. They just come by. But yeah, anyway, so you guys, if you could hit that like button, share it out with some friends. We've got some fun stuff to show you today, some delicious food, and a little bit of a follow up to the original food truck festival that I went to last month. But then we're also going to talk about the Fantastic Four movie, but not just if you've seen any of my movie reviews, I'm going to talk about the franchise in general. We're going to talk about the past movies. We're not really going to get into the comics all that much. I was never really a comics guy. I have plenty. I have plenty nerd side to me. Just never had the comics. I was just never a comics guy. But we're going to talk about just kind of the evolution of the different movies, just a little bit. But then for the most part, you will have a spoiler alert at some point if you plan to watch the movie, because I do want to talk about some things in the movie that just I'm not even gonna just gonna touch on it for now. But for now, let's pull up the pictures that I have for you guys. And remember, if you want in on the door prize, you got to come over to Rumble and hit the like button and comment on the live Rumble chat. Let's see here. Pulling up some pictures. So I went to this food festival that they have once a month, every for the I guess the third Monday of every month. Our friend Marcy sent us or put up a flyer. Let me see if I can look at it real quick, like while we're talking. She posted a flyer in the group on one of my, I think it was on game night. Yes, okay. So I guess there's another one August 23rd, Saturday. She shared a few different ones. So there's one coming up August 23rd it's in Washington also. So maybe it's at the same spot. I'm not 100% sure there. Okay, then last night was the one that I went to that she sent me. And then there were two of them last night. I didn't realize. Okay. Cool. I appreciate that from Marcy sending me those flyers, because that helps keep me informed. You know what I mean? But comment below. Tell me if you've seen the movie already, because I really want to give people plenty of time to know that they might get spoiled if they hang out and listen to that. But we're going to talk about that in the second half, I guess. If I didn't expect it to be half, but I did take quite a few pictures yesterday. Some of them are kind of silly, but we're going to get into it. I do got to put in some music because I haven't figured out another answer to the fact that my headphones will just shut off if I don't have some kind of audio coming through them. You think they would be, it would be in reverse, where since I have audio coming out of them. Anyway, let's see, how about this one? Aha, it's groovy. It's groovy. Okay, let's do that. All right. Hey, Chris. Are you saying you never read it? No, never read it. I saw the cartoons on, like, whatever they called that for, like MTV late at night, where you had the Beavis and Butthead, you had like Aeon Flux. I think they had a heavy metal cartoon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's pull the Facebook comments out. Let's see who's on the Facebook. What's up? Hello, James. What's up, man? Good morning. I didn't get the notification for locals. Yeah, no, I'm not live on locals. I realized that was causing some problems yesterday. Plus, I really kind of need the concentration on Rumble for the next for the next half of the month, or whatever, the next 10 days, because I need the hours on Rumble, just to be perfectly honest. Megan, hello. That's it on the Facebook so far, huh? Okay. Well, hey. Everyone will come in after all the good pictures are already shown off. Sad. Let's see. Here we go. So somebody confirm to me that we can hear the music, if you could, please. Chris, are you still there, or you just popped in for that one question? Okay. Well, I don't need to start this wheel yet. This will be the door prize wheel, and definitely need to do the number wheel. I don't know how many people were on it, but let's pull up the pictures from the food festival. And then we're going to talk about the Fantastic Four movie that my son and I went to see last night. Okay, so we started out at Big Papa Jake's. He's one of the, co-founders, I guess, leaders of this event. I guess you call it. There's probably another word out there, but you all get it. Yeah, he's got a wild menu. He even told me that his whole deal. He explained it to me that his whole deal is about uh, making sure that you don't walk away looking at it saying this is it. From a lot of food trucks, he said he was having that experience, and then he came up with his whole plan, and basically you're not going to be looking at it saying this is it. You're going to be more like, this is it. I guess there's not a lot of difference there, is there? But it was a lot. It was a lot. I was more than full, we'll say that. But then we still had some ice cream sandwiches afterwards that we couldn't finish. So we're going to show you guys all this stuff here. Let's see. So, morning, Diane. No, you don't, James. James, Rumble's free. Rumble, like, imagine Rumble as like a replacement for YouTube, the YouTube censorship. We are live on YouTube, but Rumble's free. Rumble's like YouTube. Diane, we are not live on Locals right now. So if anybody is trying to find us on Locals, just come over to Rumble. Come on over to Rumble. Rumble. Okay, so what did I end up having? Oh, yeah. My son, of course, didn't want any meat, so we had a kid's grilled cheese. He made one without bacon, but the grilled cheese looks really good. And then you got the Cheeto cheese, which personally wouldn't get, but you got bacon, Cheetos, cheddar, Monterey Jack, mozzarella, provolone, drizzle of hot sauce, your choice of Texas toast. So being that I'm the indoor farmer, hello, nice to meet you, Waylon. How are you? I was able to try off the menu item that he was working on, deciding on whether to put it on the menu. And you're going to see that here real soon. I was thinking about getting the popcorn orange chicken, orange rice with the popcorn chicken in there. My son would eat something like that, Thought we could share it. But we ended up getting separate things. But here, check out his cool menu area out here. I can't imagine. I mean, I think like really hot days, you think there might be a problem, but evidently he's got it all set up well. He's got a picture of like a TV screen up here that's showing different things. It'll flip to different things, but right now it's on some food. Yummy. I don't really eat for another few hours, but this is going to make me hungry, I feel like. Okay, so there was a lady that was standing there getting her food, and she said it was okay for me to take a picture of her food. I don't even remember what she said this was, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It definitely looks easy to eat while walking around with a fork, versus like a sandwich, which is what we both got. But I had a bit of a hey, Diane, thanks for coming over to Rumble. Chris, it's badass. I come out with the second one. Oh, okay. I mean the heavy metal? Yeah. Nice. So this dish is really looks easier to eat, but last time we went, I didn't realize. I thought there was nowhere to sit and eat. I was like, this is weird. Like there's no, but there's actually a building right there that's a church, and I'll show you the. There's a couple pictures of who that is, but they let people go in there and sit and eat. There's a whole bunch of tables. There was a live musician playing. There was a little coffee bar and a bunch of stuff, and it's all part of this church who allows it for the event, which is pretty cool. It's air conditioned. Lots of tables and chairs. I was like, wow, okay, we didn't know this last time. They're sitting there trying to eat. Well, I can't even remember how. I feel like maybe I had the dog too. I can't. I don't. Maybe not. I can't remember, but it was much less. It was much more stressful last time. So he's using. I've seen these guys out at events. The Blackbeard Canning Company, which I think I've tried some of their. Uh, it's like like a hot salsa. I think I have some in the fridge actually. But that's who Big Papa Jake uses. Shout out again to Big Papa Jake. Mobile Kitchen, East Peoria. Follow him on Facebook. I did tag him. He gets a very special shout out, especially giving me, he gave it to me for free, but, he wanted some feedback. And we're going to talk about the feedback on it here in a minute. So there's the rest of the festival. It's funny. I took a little video, and I think it was this lady here was walking. I think she thought I was recording her. This is why I try not to get people's faces in on these videos. That's why you see me getting much more usually close up to the booths and stuff like that. I really try not to get big wide shots because you're just going to get a lot of people in them. But look at the Wienermobile. That's what really stands out. That big wiener stands out over there by the main road. You're driving by, you're like, oh, wiener. That's all you can think. Like, hey, what's over there? Hey, we got Rose in the house. We are not live on Locals today. Really want everybody to hang out on Rumble if we can. We already have more people than we normally do, and already even have an ad they'll give us for 6 cents. But I don't think we're not gonna stop for that right now. Not for 6 cents or the 6th sense. Anyway, but Rose, happy birthday. We got Rose Booza in the house. Rose, I don't know if I can do this to the background music that's already playing, but I think we'll try. We'll give it a try. Happy birthday, Rose Booza. I'm not blowing it that hard, buddy. You're okay. Okay. Sorry, Rose. That's all we can play for now. But happy birthday. Happy birthday. You even get a shot of the wiener on your birthday. There you go. Sorry, Rose. This isn't the official Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. People will somehow get to knock it off and be like a little restaurant. I'm not. I mean, I'm only kidding. I'm sure it's all on the up and up. But did you just let anybody carry those wieners around now? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Little video. This lady here, she's like, is this guy filming me? So I had to go faster. It's like, let me get in front of her. Anyway, there's the picture of the church. Picture of the church. this with a big C there, so we get to go in there. I didn't know the whole time before. I was like just walking around like nothing to sit on. I was like, what is this? This is ridiculous. No one told us. There was less vendor booths there this month, I noticed, but still quite a few food trucks. Got the funnel cake truck. We didn't go around to all the food trucks. I'm not made of money, and my gut can only hold so much food truck food. You know what I mean? And I already think I feel like I'm not going to eat today at all because of how much food truck food I ate yesterday. Hey Kelly, sorry James, let me check it. So I'll have to have my wife check it out later. That's okay, James. I do appreciate it, man. Like I can explain every place that I'm live at. I can tell you why I'm there. Other than Twitch, I don't know why I'm live there right now. No one go there, please. Who cares about Twitch? Okay, back to. If you're watching me on Twitch for some weird reason, come over to somewhere else. Come on. All right, so here's my son's little grilled cheese sandwich. That's definitely more than a kid's grilled cheese sandwich. That thing is beast. No meat in there, although he would have had bacon. I wish my son would eat bacon, eat something, eat meat. Anyway, he thought this was bacon. He even stopped. He's like, I said no bacon. Like, buddy, that's just cheese. Don't worry about it. I think I ate that piece of cheese. Like, give me that cheese. And here's mine. Chicken bacon ranch panini. Introducing for the first time ever in a public setting, the Big Papa Jake's chicken bacon ranch panini. Oh yeah, you still smell it. You smell it on me even after I brush my teeth. You want it. You just want it, don't you? You just want it. Okay. All right. How about you sit back down? Can you sit back down for Daddy? For Dada? Dada. Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. What am I doing today? What do you mean? I'm in the middle. I'm live in the middle of the show. If you just tap it, you'll see the title. And you'll be able to be like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on there. But yeah, we got some food from this food truck festival, and then we're going to talk about a movie that my son and I went to, the Fantastic Four: First Steps. There's a baby involved, which I'm sure you saw at some point in the trailer. Okay. Anyway, so you got chicken bacon ranch and cheese that's like burnt cheese. So you don't be fooled again. That's actually cheese. That's not bacon. Haven't watched it. Okay, talking about other shows still, Chris. Okay, all right. Anything about Fantastic Four in there, or just like anything else? Not finding on locals. Yeah, I'm not live on locals, everybody. Thanks for the winner. I saw it once on the road. Thanks for the wiener. Yeah. Okay, I'm like, you're on the small screen over there. Thanks for the wiener. Yeah. No problem. Look, one of my friends' birthdays, they get the wiener. Although you probably just got lucky this time. The wiener was out. Normally it's not out. Normally we're somewhere else, or somewhere, Normally it doesn't happen like that. Anyway, good to see. We also got some strawberry lemonades from the Lemonade food truck. Look at that, you guys. I did not walk away thinking, I wish there was more. I had actually a lot of the cheese. It came out. It was hot and melty and gooey, and it came out. You're gonna see that. It was hard to eat at first. It got a little easier to eat. But I mean, that's like a lot. There's a lot of cheese down there. I told him there's probably too much cheese, and he says, "Well, that's my thing. If you like, everything is going to be over proportioned." And I'm like, "Okay, better tell people to eat it with a spoon." But look at that stretch. That stretch was just that wasn't moving. That was a sitting still stretch. I should have taken a video so you could know that. But I promise, nothing was moving at this point. The heaviest part of the cheese had dropped, and it was just a still stretch. Still stretch? I don't know. That doesn't sound right, but that's what was going on there. A bunch of AMC movie theaters are closing. Oh, really? Huh. Maybe it's not making enough money. Interesting. I guess I should have read the campaign. Now we don't have enough. 6 cents. I'm okay. I did my 5 for the month. We're good. Yeah, it was a good sandwich. Very crispy, crispity, crunchity crust. And I'm not sure what was going on with my thumb there. Maybe a piece of cheese. It was messy, very messy. This here is the church. Church Connect. I don't know anything about their denomination. I have no idea what kind of church it is, but they seem to be a nice place. It's a nice place for sure. There's definitely some money in that church, but also they're very nice to let us just go in there and sit for free for this event. I don't know if maybe they get paid for it or something. I don't know. There might be something worked out, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I'm taking down the silly banner. Got 2 people watching on Facebook. That's not helping me anything. There we go. Usually that helps to bring people in. Guess not today. Okay, so this is the Grana, what do I call it? All right. Ha. GranasKitchen.com. That's not what it says on the front, I don't think, is it? Grandma Nana's Kitchen. Grandma Nana's Kitchen. Let me go back to the sandwich. So that's a peanut butter cookies with ice cream in the middle. Peanut butter cookies. So it's a peanut butter ice cream sandwich. And then my son got the sugar cookie ice cream sandwich. And those are the sandwiches. Oh, clicked too far over. That doesn't even look like me. Like, who is that guy? How'd I do that? Like, it was like my cousin or something. Very strange. Strange, like, shadow, I guess, maybe. I don't know. It's not bad, but then look at what my son did there. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. What is that? I tried to do it. I tried to do that afterwards. Like, how do you do that? Line cooked 25 years. Oh wow. You should get a food. You should do a food truck, James. Food truck / vendor booth combined. Boom. Wow, we can see the tonsil. See all the pearlies. Oh, looks like I got some food in there. Maybe can't you guys? I can't. It's not close enough for you guys to see. It's over there somewhere. I can't wait to buy a water pick. I want to get one of those water picks. It's gonna be cool. There's the action shot. He couldn't even eat half of it. I ate maybe 2/3 of it, and I was like, we can't take these. We couldn't take them home. It's ice cream wrapped in a thin piece of plastic, and it was a hot day. By the time we got home, it would have been like soup cookie. Soup cookie. You have to drive an hour to see a movie? Wow. That's messed up, James. Yeah, they were good, but I was already pretty full after trying to eat that first sandwich. But we had the strawberry lemonades. It was good. It was not necessarily a cheap outing, but it was fun. It was fun. Okay. That was it. That was all we had at this week. I didn't go around to all the vendors and stuff. It was just kind of a I meant to go back there so we could have some different food from the food trucks. Um, I want to see the old trailers from the old movies. This shows the old. What is Rise of the Silver Surfer? This was in 2007. Is that the first one? No. What is it? No. I feel like there might have been one before that. This isn't even. It's never even happened in the movie. Okay. 2015. Okay. When was the first one? 1994. What? We gotta check this out. Let's see if we can. We're just gonna slow it down a bit. Turn it down a bit. I don't think I ever saw this. This is for educational purposes. Show. 94. Bzz, an explosion in space. Nice. Uh, zzz. Is this real? Nostalgic trailer? Official trailer, it says. I don't remember this movie. I think I would have seen this movie. Bzz. Dome. It's covering time. Try talking with just your teeth. It's covering time. Wow, is this? It says it's real. In for Secret Wars. uh, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. Nostalgic trailers. Interesting. Oh, there's no other piece. That's crazy though. I never saw that. I never saw that as a kid. 94. That was a prime time for me to be watching stuff like that. Can we go back and watch the Rise of the Silver Surfer? Yeah, we're gonna attempt it. Hey, what's up, James? Your birthday today, right, James? You still here? Most of us have seen this. but I don't remember if this was the first one or the second one, because they didn't call it. Hey, Johnny Storm. Then they bring Johnny Storm back in the what movie was that? Where they had a bunch of like old characters, the Blade and stuff that came back, and this would be like the one directly compared to today's movie, or the movie that's out right now. Captain America versus Johnny Storm. Which character did he play better? Oh, this was the second one. This was the second one. I remember now. He's able to take their all their powers or whatever, or switch powers, I guess. That's kind of fun. That is kind of funny though. Him being, although he's kind of tiny for a rock monster. That one thing they did do. Uh, I liked who played um, Ben Grimm, but he was kind of a short guy. In the more recent one, they found a taller guy, so kind of made a little more sense. Because like, look, he looks. I thought he looked pretty good back then. I think it holds up actually fairly well, even with the CGI of the day. But it just, there was something off about the height of him. He was like shorter than the other members. Now they say some people are upset about the new Silver Surfer being a female. So I guess at this point we should say spoiler alert. Anybody that's planning to watch the movie, James, did you leave already? Isn't it your birthday, Mr. Pocock? Because at the point in time I thought I was recording the people or reading my lips. Okay, yeah, I'm sure people are reading my lips too. It's pretty good. Check it out. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, before we get to the more recent movies trailer, I'd like to look at the other movie. There's at least one other franchise, one other sort of reboot of Fantastic Four. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay. Fan trailer? No, no. I'm looking for the original. Was it 2000? So that was 2007. It had to be 2000. I don't know, 5 or 4. All right, 5. Okay, this would be the sort of first time I saw them, you know, on the big screen. There was the cartoons and of course the comics where they came from, but they keep wanting to rehash like the origin story, and this current movie wasn't that. You got to see a tiny bit of it, but they didn't sort of rehash everything like they did here. Four will be fantastic. Yeah, and I think a lot of people like Jessica Alba as Sue Storm. I actually liked these characters. I don't know what kept them from making a bunch of them. They made two. That's better than the other ones I've seen. Not even sure what music this is playing. I'm just gonna have to mute it because I'm not sure what was happening there. Maybe this is a fan made, but I remember this movie for sure. Was the first one 2005? Yep, 2005. So then we had another one, which was 2015, I guess. It looks like. I thought this one wasn't bad. This one wasn't bad. Um, but I didn't understand why they needed to redo it. But then you look at the time or the dates, it's like from 2007 to 2015. The other actors may have moved on or aged out or whatever. I don't know how old the original actors are now. I'm not working on that anymore. Flying car. So famously in the comic books, the Fantastic Four have their flying car. This one was where they finally got a little bit of they race swapped a character, whether you like it or don't like it. It was the first one where they were like, let's get somebody in there who's not white. So they got Ben Grimm. Forget who was what's his name that played him. I know the guy's name, but yeah, this one wasn't too bad. They tried to make him like a younger team. Oh no, it wasn't Ben Grimm. It was Johnny Storm. Yeah, that's right. That guy's not too bad. He played in a few things. He played an asshole in a couple of movies too, but he played the guy in Ready Player One. I'm sure he's going to have a big career ahead of him. Probably going to have Ready Player Two or something. I don't know. Is there going to be another Ready Player One? You guys think a sequel? I feel like there will be. Have a good day, Rose. Um, they definitely they definitely rehashed the origin again with this origin like Spider-Man. Every time they make a new Spider-Man movie, they're rehashing the origin. Although when they finally get to a sequel on some of them, then you get to see a little bit of development, but then usually sequels just suck. So they had a taller Ben Grimm in this one, I guess. I didn't think about that. A little taller. Oh, that guy that played Mastermind is in this. Him there. What is coming? I'm playing this slower, by the way, if you guys couldn't figure that out. Wasn't bad because you get to see them like learning their powers and stuff like that. In the other one, they kind of took on, or they kind of understood it a little faster, or in the original, I guess. When I say original, I'm not counting the '94 version because I never saw that one. We saw it today, though. I'm surprised. It definitely didn't look great, but for the time, I bet it was crazy. I'm very surprised. Maybe they never came out. Maybe it was just a trailer, and I have to look into that. 1994, Fantastic Four. They were trying to make this. Oh, and they throw a Deadpool in the at the end here. Oh, interesting. I think they were really trying to make these guys the MCU Fantastic Four back in 2015, or at least trying to get them into that franchise, or not franchise. Well, into the universe, I guess. But now there's a whole nother one, and we're gonna check that out here in a minute. The show is not going to be terribly long today, so I think we're probably going to do the number post real quick. Number wheel, I should say. Number 2 is the only one that should be taken off of there. Okay, Sean was 13. Joe Orzel, number 14. Yeah, I like movies that sort of pull me away from reality for a minute. Kind of you get to suspend reality for a little bit, and I don't love movies that are what happened to the okay. I don't love movies that are just ultra like just drama realistic. Well, I guess realism is important even in fantasy, but I think you get my drift. I hate to say I'm like a typical, I like guy movies, right? The action movies and stuff. I like action movies, but I also just like things that are kind of uh, outside of norms, I guess, far fetched a little bit. And so that's really about the only time I like to go see a movie in theaters, and that's because it's a giant screen. You're gonna get your money's worth out of the special effects. I feel like you go to that giant screen just to watch a drama, and it's like I don't know. I feel like that's a waste of money. Like watch that at home. I don't know. I don't go to the theaters very often, but my son is going back to school tomorrow, so I thought, go to this food truck place and then go watch a movie. Have a last. Well, today's his last day off, so I guess last couple days of summer break, try and do some fun stuff. And he actually stayed awake through the whole movie. I actually thought it was a pretty good movie. It felt like it was pretty long though. I think it was like at least 2 hours 20 minutes, something around there. You like psychological horror, Chris? Okay, I'm not a big horror fan. I don't love horror movies, and some of it is because I just don't like it. But other part is like I don't I don't think they do a very good job. Lately, like the last 10, 15 years, most of them are just like obvious, like jump scare, darkness, shadows everywhere. Like it's so much of it is obvious stuff. I like the again fantastical or the far fetched stuff like we talked about the other day, Hellraiser and Freddy Krueger and these like with just like a weird unexplainable super powered like bad guy. Anyway, it's not out there as much anymore, and I don't really go to I'm not a big gore fan either. I've seen enough real life gore. I don't need to see, like I watch it, but like violence is one thing, but gore is another thing where they just start shoving it in there just for gore purposes. All right, number 8 is our winner for the number wheel. We're gonna get to we're gonna watch a couple of the trailers for the newest movie. Let's see, number 8. Diane. Congrats, Diane. Congrats, you won. All right. Well, Chris, you get on there for sure. Rose was here. I'll put her on. And anybody else on the Rumble? Just you two, huh? And Diane, that's right. No, did I see Diane there? Yes. Wow, gonna be a small wheel today. James, I'll put you on there because I know you'll eventually get on to Rumble. My somebody's squeezing my algorithm, I think. Somebody's messing with my algorithm. Okay. Let's see, 2025, just to... Here's the teaser. You know, a lot of people picked this out, or picked this apart when it first came out. See, that didn't even happen in the movie, I don't think. This part did. They made his eyebrows real big in this. They had this robot, which my son correctly thought it reminded him of WALL-E. It does remind me of WALL-E. But I also think it looks like the comic relief character or the character for kids, the cutesy. I hate to call it comic relief. It's more like the cutesy character, which will immediately become dolls and toys and stuff. That's that character, the little robot they have. I forget his name. That guy is in. He's in The Bear. If you ever watched The Bear, it's a pretty good movie. Venice Always Been a Rock. I don't know if I want to play much more of that audio. Of course, I think the effects were pretty good. They kind of did this iconic move where he reaches up or flies up the atmosphere, kind of similarly to the other Silver Surfer movie. I don't know if that was a nod to the original movie or what, but he does do that kind of move. This time, though, finally, they have Galactus as a real person, a real, or not, like a real body, very, very large body, but a real body. So that came out in July. Still out in theaters, huh? I guess they're really trying to get it. I thought it would be out of theaters by now, but it was still out. I went to see it. His head looks like a penis with the eyebrows, you think, Chris? I mean, definitely gives it much more of like a mushroom vibe, right? Right, Sprout? Gives them more of like a mushroom vibe. Here's another official trailer. They really they keep playing this part, but I barely remember this part. I don't even know if this was even in the movie. They do a sort of do have like an interview because they're kind of famous and everybody wants to know about them. And the movie is set 4 years after they got their powers. And a lot of the movie I liked, but again, spoiler alert, guys. They they split my brain a lot of times because they made it seem like the uh, the era was like an older sort of era. It's definitely an alternate Earth because things are different because they're using great. Look at the TVs. Look at the TVs. Look how old the TVs look. But yet they have a flying car. They have a robot that can cook and do all kinds of things. And they have like all sorts of technology that doesn't actually fit with the way that they are presenting it. It's like a whole nother like alternate reality where I think it kind of stems off of like the world of tomorrow or whatever, the vision that they had back in like the 50s of what the future would look like. I can look it up. I'm sure they have an official like what their inspiration was. But that blue car can fly, like no problem. And they also have a few things that just make no sense. They go into space. Okay, so he has his own like spaceship. Oh, is she ready for? Okay, I'll just get them ready, and they get their spaceship ready to go back into space and just take a little trip over to see Galactus. And they get into their ship. They go up to the space to where this other. Oh, and you know what? I did notice this. There was and it's not going to be in the movie or it's not going to be in the trailers, but when they go up to space, excuse me, a little eye stuff. They go up to space. They use this. Their rocket has 3 boosters on it. So think SpaceX with the booster rocket, and then the booster comes off, and the booster then lands safely now from SpaceX. Well, they use 3 of those boosters, and you watch it take off, and eventually you see the boosters come off, and each one of those boosters lights back up like with a with the rockets, so in exactly the same way that the boosters do from SpaceX. Now, you can zoom back out. Thank you. The So that was clearly basically they basically ripped off the idea of, or the not the idea, but like the exact way that the SpaceX boosters detach and can land safely. Because at first it looks like these boosters are just gonna they come off and it looks like they're just all gonna land on the crowd of people that were just standing there watching them take off. It's a funny, but then you suddenly for just a split second you see them kick back in or start back up and basically do the same thing that the SpaceX does. But then they get up into space, and the funny this is something that I just can't get past. They literally have faster than light travel. Okay, again, spoiler alert. They have faster than light travel, which may or may not be something that they had in the comics. I don't know, but this is like so. I think okay. Let me back up. I think the idea of this world is basically how they were written in, or how it was in the comics when they first came out, because they've been around for a long time. I don't know when they first came out. Let's see. When did Fantastic Four comics start? I guess that's fine. 1961. So this was probably a lot of the technology look and the aesthetic and everything, I could totally see that being the obvious inspiration, I guess. Final trailer here. So they're kind of like celebrities. The suits are very retro looking. A few times Johnny is he's flamed up with regular clothes on and doesn't burn his clothes. Somehow they don't mention that he has to have a special suit, otherwise he burns everything. So I guess he has more control over the flames. He also is able to save people while flamed on. He can like keep just parts of him on flames. And Galactus was kind of like he seemed like a big robot almost. The way that everything on him was kind of moving and like mechanical, basically. Like look at the technology or the clothing style of these of the people there. Like it definitely feels like the '60s. But when they go up into space, they literally dock in this other little thing that then allows them to go faster than light speed. Like, okay, well, '60s technology. It's very contradicting, because then even at that point, at some point in the movie where they're coming trying to get away from Galactus out in space after they just pop on over, however many light years away, um, they get away and they have to ditch the thing that allows them to go faster than light, and then they just skip right over it. They skip right over it. They basically make it seem like, oh, no big deal. They're back at home now, and they were probably like hundreds of years from home, and they had to get rid of the one thing that allowed them to, and they just completely gloss over it, just like, oh, we're back at home now. Like, what? They slingshot it around a big star, but like that's not enough to just pop you back at home. Just like you'd have to know, I guess, know a little bit about space travel to pay attention at that part. But no, we're not watching that. Keeps trying to shove Saturday Night Live down my throat. It's another final trailer. This AI. This looks like AI. That's like a fan made something or other. That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I think that's it. Chris Evans, Avengers Doomsday. So Chris Evans is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. Interesting. Who knows if that's true or not. I don't think we're going to watch any more of these. They all kind of look like they could be fake. But yeah, that's enough of those. Yeah, it's crazy. Like there's a couple things. So Sue's pregnant, in this movie, and they decided to go off into space with her being pregnant. Okay, first of all, the G forces alone would probably make the baby pop out. I don't know. I don't know if there's ever been a pregnant woman take a rocket ship out to space and then go faster than light travel to meet some alien, all while still pregnant, and then eventually has to give birth in space. Or no, was it? Did they get back home? I don't remember where it was exactly, but it wasn't somewhere ideal for her to give birth. And the person that gives birth or basically holds the baby as it comes out of the birth canal is the Thing, a guy made of rocks. Imagine imagine coming out of your warm mother's womb, just loving life, and then crying because I need oxygen, and the first thing that your little baby butt is laying on is some hands made of rocks. Like, just imagine that. Anyway, I thought that was pretty silly. And then there's a couple other things that I thought was just really ridiculous. I actually didn't mind her be a female Silver Surfer. Some people had a problem with her being female because she didn't have such as a similar commanding voice like the Silver Surfer did in the early 2000s. And I'll give him that. Silver Surfer in the early 2000s did have was it James Earl Jones? I don't remember who it was, but it was a very, very deep kind of like commanding voice. So there is something about that I can understand, but I kind of didn't. That didn't really bother me at all. It's really the other sort of inconsistencies that I saw. It was just weird. So like this flying car, they get to just fly around the city all the time, and somehow just have they have the ability to, and there's no power lines or nothing, but in the way, or they never. It's just zip around the city with that flying car all the time. And at the end, Sue is able to use her powers somehow to push Galactus back like, I don't know, 6 blocks. She's just starts walking and pushing him back and pushing him into the thing that they're trying to trap him in. And it's just she pushes him so hard that she ends up dying, and then her son brings her back to life. Her son, who's only like 6 months old or something. Very crazy. I'm actually kind of surprised they had her had he was a boy. I'm surprised that he had a baby boy, or they had a boy, because I just kind of thought they would try to, let's maybe make it a girl, because that's been that way they've been going for years. They want to try to race swap or gender swap every major character that we've had in the past. Or like, I guess they're bored. I guess I don't know. Um, what's this? Okay, randomly showing Fantastic Universe. No, a Fantastic New Universe. What is this? A fan made thing? Okay, no, that's not what we're looking for here. I just thought I would play the trailer while I continued talking about it. It was, I don't know, they didn't actually fight very much. It was a lot more of them just running around. They fight Galactus for a very short amount of time. So it was almost more about their everyday lives. I don't know. I mean, there was a plot and everything, but it just, like, they didn't even have to fight any. In the very beginning, they barely sort of mentioned that they took down the Mole King, or whatever his name is, the Mole. I think his name is the Mole King, and then that guy plays a part in the movie, um, just as like I guess, comic relief. He ends up helping them, protect people in the city by letting them go to his underground subterranea. And the guy that got to play him, I seen him in a couple of shows, so I kind of remembered him from that. But he kind of, I don't know, it was kind of just not not very intimidating as a underground subterranean dweller. Um, but they didn't even show any fighting at all for that. They just, oh yeah, they took him down, and there was almost no fighting at all. It was very, very little powers used too. Like it was, I guess, more Johnny Storm than anything else. Of course, you had Ben Grimm walking around as a big rock, so you saw that, I guess, and then he grows a beard at one point and later in the movie. I thought that was kind of cool. Like what happens? Like how does he? So they don't really explain it much, but they show him using a grinder, and the grinder stopped working, and so Johnny's like, the beard could be nice, and he goes, oh really? And so he ends up growing a rocky beard, which I thought was funny, but it had really no bearing on the movie at all. And then again, like they when they fight at the end, like they can't even defeat him. They just have to teleport him away, and he's gonna come back. He'll be back. You better start working on, I don't know, Galactus defenses. And then at some point they said they just could go and smash him or go and fight him when he's in space. And I thought, yeah, I mean he's literally flying a spaceship. Like you could destroy the spaceship. And Reed Richards says, frontal assault would never work. It's like he's in a spaceship, but maybe he's got the power to just fix it, I guess. Who knows? But it was just kind of funny that these little things like, no, we have to get the entire Earth to help us build these towers all over the place, so that we can teleport the entire Earth. Was the plan? Where they want to move the entire Earth away, and instead of just maybe, I don't know, trying to destroy the ship that he's heading there on. I don't know. There was a lot, or at least both. Try both, I guess. But the female surfer ends up coming to destroy a bunch of the towers, and they can't do that. They ended up not being able to teleport the Earth to some random far away within the 2% of life zones, which you can imagine. Oops, we're right at the edge of 2%. It's a little too cold here. Whole Earth goes into an ice age. Anyway, funny. I thought that was actually going to happen. I was like, what? They're just going to teleport the Earth somewhere? What's going to happen there? And then that gets stopped. And then eventually, instead, they go, well, we'll just lure him down, which they never had to do. This is totally a plot hole. They're like, we'll lure him down to Times Square, of all places. Like, well, they actually, oh, that's right. They had to do that because it was the last remaining teleportation tower thingy that they had set up. So they had to have Galactus walk through New York City to get to Times Square instead of any other tower that might have been up that maybe wasn't in a crowded city. So they had to get him through there, which they never had to even try. He was there. He just came there because of the baby that he wanted. So there's just so many weird things. Like instead of him just flying over the baby and pulling it up in his tractor beams, for some reason Galactus thought he had to get out of his ship, and so they just like conveniently made it where he'll get out of the ship and go and pick him up physically, even though they show at least twice in the movie where his ship has a tractor beam that can pick up whatever it is that he needs. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Like we need him. We need him to come down here to the square. Well, that was easy. He's right there. He's on his way. Like it's just goofy. But all in all, it was fun. I liked I liked the sort of retro technology, but then they just went too far with it. Like, hey, it's retro technology, but we can go faster than light. What? You can't have both. I could understand a retro style flying car if you do it right. And they don't really explain the car at all, so maybe, whatever. But to go up to space, like, all right, let's dock to our thing that lets us go faster than light. Like, are you really? You're going to just skip, like, you're just going to, I don't know. That just, to me, was just too much. They didn't have to go fast. They didn't have to add that in. They did not have to. It was almost an unnecessary part of the movie for them to go all the way there, watch Galactus eat a planet, and then talk to him. That's basically what they did. And that part didn't have to be there just so they can pretend that they have faster than light travel. It's crazy. It just boggles the mind. That's the only thing in there. Although that and the teleportation, he can somehow he learned how to teleport items and not items, but organic matter. I'm like, okay, so teleportation and faster than light travel in a retro world where they have bubble TVs still. Okay. Okay. Sure. Hey, Kayla. Ronald Blackwell, what's up, man? Yeah, come on over to Rumble if you want to get in on the door prize. And also, I'm going to put James on there because he's going to come over to the Rumble at some point. Kim, hey, Kim, come over to Rumble if you would. That's where the door prize is coming from. Probably from now on, guys, because I need more hours viewed for my Rumble side of things. Plus, I don't get ad reads unless I have the people on Rumble. I thought it was actually counting everywhere, but it's not. It's counting just Rumble. So sadly, we need 4 more people in Rumble to read an ad. But I'm not too worried about it since I got my quota already for this month. And these ads are offering me 6 cents a piece. I feel like that is maybe a slap in the face. Although I used to have more people watching, so I'm thinking about changing the time of game night or any other times. But then again, I can't just change my times and expect to have more people watching. I have to kind of stick to it. Otherwise, I gotta. My audience will find me as far as anybody that's available to watch me at the times that I'm live. Now, if you guys are watching this on the replay, I hope you guys will leave a comment, say I watched it on the replay, because every show I make is designed to be watched later. You can watch anytime, catch up on it later. It's not necessarily you have to be there live, but I do incentivize the live viewers with this door prize. That was something I came up with just to show my appreciation and maybe help get some more viewers in, but evidently that's not always going to be helpful. All right, Kayla, I got you. Ronald Blackwell. And I'm sure Kim will come over here. Kim, you're on Rumble, aren't you? I think you are. Might have to switch to Rumble Premium on the video at the end here and get some of my Rumble Premium hours in. Although I can do that overnight. I think I'd rather just go head over to Locals because guess what? There's a new Kill Tony from last night. I mean, I think there is. Let's look at it real quick here. No. MCU Superman gunned down. Those guys are funny. They talk about more comic type stuff and superheroes and pop culture and stuff like that. I'm not seeing a new KT. Is this it? No, 6 months. No. Not seeing an. Oh, they're right here. What am I saying? Just looks a little different. We got Kim Cogden and Ali Siddiq on Kill Tony. So we're going to be checking that out here in a little bit. Should be like a reality by now. From the ship in space to a planet. Oh, Star Trek had teleport. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying, James. Yeah. The thing about it is, though, man, I don't know if you would do it if you know how it worked on Star Trek. On Star Trek, you're literally replicated every time you teleport. So you're not actually being teleported; you're actually being killed and re replicated, or so you're actually a different person every time you are teleported on Star Trek. If you look into the lore of it, I don't think I'd want that kind of teleportation, honestly. Give me give me just like give me that like goo that goes around a person and you get shot into space somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. There's probably other things besides that I'd want to try first. Different time zones, right, Chris? Well, that's my thing though. Is my point. Total point is, I need to not worry about what time zone I'm in, and just try and find people that are in my time zone. I really I'm open to friends and community from all over the world, but you know, a lot of people that are in other zones or other parts of the world, they can't be here when no matter what time I go live. So, um, but there are some other factors to consider. I'm actually thinking about maybe moving game night up like 3 hours, not up but back. I guess back. So 3 hours later than when it is a thought that I'm having. It would be at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. Um, it might be kind of a weird time. Anyway, thinking about it because then it would be at least 10 a.m. in the West Coast. So should be everyone should be awake at that point. If you sleep in past 10 a.m., then you must be a night owl, and that's not the. I'm not trying to be night owl anymore. I'm trying to get my circadian rhythm back on track. If you're in Star Trek, don't wear the red shirt. Okay, that's okay, Kayla. I mean, you got 10 people here. Worked all day yesterday, slept through my damn alarm. Ah, yeah, that happens. Hey, maintaining a ranch can't be easy. All right, let's go. I would just stay here and sesh, but I'm not. I don't want to sit here and watch Kill Tony, so we'll do that over on locals. We'll do that on locals. I'm probably gonna have to do some extra streams this month to catch up, get more hours watched. So maybe do some more reviews. Maybe I'll do more movie reviews, some random pop-up hangouts. I might do some live streams where I'm just chilling in the garden over there and recording from like Rumble specifically. So if you're watching me on Facebook, please consider checking it out. Go sign up on Rumble. It's free. Locals is where I want you to subscribe and kind of like the private. It's like a private group, private community over on Locals. Rumble is like another, YouTube or Twitch or something. Rumble is a version of a video platform that is much, much more into freedom of speech. It's what I'm broadcasting from right now for free, the Rumble Studios. I'm also in the Rumble Creator Program, Rumble Premium, all those good things. Ronald Blackwell, are you here? Ronald Blackwell, are you here? Wonder where all my Rumble viewers are lately. Need to let's see. I actually have. Where are we at on Rumble? I think 563. 563, not too bad. Are you here, Ronald Blackwell? You got to be here to win the door prize. I do appreciate people that pop in just to say hi and then go about their day. But you have to be here to win this. He's here. Got him. Hell yeah. All right, Ronald, I'm going to write you down here. Ronald, make sure you remember you got some Indoor Farmer coupons, and you can use these as game night tickets if you know you're not going to be there for the game, but you still want to get a chance to win. Let's see how many you got. This makes 3. This makes 3. And Diane now has 21. Yeah, just make sure you get yourself a number every week and you end up stacking them up. A lot of people are using them every week on game night and still getting them back and making and getting other prizes or even getting extra coupons. So I think it's worth using them there too. At least right now, it might spread out eventually enough that it might be more difficult, but that's the idea. That's the hope. But a lot of people are getting ahead by doing it now. That's for sure. Somebody's messaging me, and I'm like, hey, I'm live right now. Why not stop through and say hi? Anybody that's going to message me during my live show that's scheduled, let's see. What I'll be working on next. Oh, okay. People want to send me what they work on, but don't want to. You gotta, I'm very, what do you call it? All about reciprocation. I know, I see. Say I'm always live and laugh. Okay. All right, bud. I took the time during my live stream to stop and message and say, I'm live. Come on over. And then just continue to send me, oh, this is what I'm working on. Like, I'm busy. Come on over. You're always live. No, I'm not. 5 days a week, and then sometimes on randomly, I'll go live. Reciprocation, yeah, I did. Reciprocate, meaning like, if you show me support, I show you support, or vice versa. I thought about putting up a post actually. It's going to be funny. I'm going to post to say, I don't want support from people who don't support me. And then I'm going to say, read it again. Thanks. In fact, I'm going to, oh, it's still messaging me. He says, I know, I see. Well, where you at then? Hey, what's up, Brooklyn? Um, Here, how about this? How about that? There you go. I was going to say something. No, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I was going to make this post. And you guys will know, couple people listening right now, you guys will know that I'm kidding, but it's going to be funny. I don't. They'll be like, who's he pissed off about? Want support. I thought about this the other day, and it had nothing to do with anybody. It's just a funny thing from people who don't support me. Period. Read it again. People are like, yeah? What do you mean? I think it's going to be hilarious. But that's just me. That's funny. It's just like, it's kind of like a lot of people bitching about it lately. Oh, if you're not hitting the like button or something, I don't know. But you will only ever get a percentage of the people that follow you to hit those buttons. So you can't just get rid of all the other people, because then, anyway, doesn't matter. All right, tomorrow is We Grow Wednesday. Gonna find out what's growing on, see what the battle of Big Pharma is taking place, and all that good stuff. If you guys want to send me pictures of what you got growing, I will pull it up on screen tomorrow if we can get a chance. Hey, what's up, Justin? Hey, that'd be a post I would do. Laugh my eyes. Yeah, maybe, James. It's funny though. I think it's funny. It's like an oxymoron or something. Word in the gay community means, I guess, if you. No, that's a word in all communities. It's a word, so I'll use it. I'm gay sometimes too. I'm a pretty happy guy. I guess if you give me a BJ, I'll give you one. Okay. Reciprocate. Okay. BJ for BJ. I see. Don't they call that like a 99 or something? I don't know. Anyway, Chris, let's head over to the locals if anybody's interested. Watch a little Kill Tony, have a laugh, and get our smoke on. Shut off the tunes. Shut off the tunes, man. Okay. If you haven't yet gone to follow over on Locals, it's going to be a free live stream, but it is in my private Locals community at theindoorfarmer.locals.com. Justin and Brooklyn and Ray and everybody who's not a member, come join. Let's see if I can do this with my opposite hand, because I got Mr. Sprout with us right now. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow if you don't come over to the Locals. And also, like I said, I'm probably going to be doing some random pop-up live streams to kind of make up for the difference. Things all of a sudden have changed for me in this algorithm thing, so I might have to change some things myself. So we'll see you later. Peace out, everybody. Remember, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real.